What's up, guys? Martinique here from the Exclusions team with something exciting today. We have the pre-launch campaign checklist today, guys, for search. We noticed that lots of advertisers are setting up new campaigns and then forgetting stuff, causing money burned. This is the last day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the checklist and of course share it with you guys so you can use it for your own benefits. Happy to hear your feedback as well. So today I'm gonna start with a bit on the, making myself a bit smaller here, starting with the account settings. Of course, you also need to have your account settings straight. Your monitoring should be set up. If you're in the EEA, make sure your cookie stuff is all correct and you're using consent mode. And of course, lastly, your conversion tracking should be on point. Then I'm gonna move you through the specifics of the search setup, just so you guys are ready to start running new campaigns. So starting with the account settings, first off, just check the notifications in your account, guys. Also check the recommendations, turn off AARs, make sure you have like a secondary payment setup, method setup, and your content suitability settings make sense. I have some advice for you guys linked right here. And also make sure your auto tagging is turned on, or you might have a good reason to not do so. Then feel free to not do so. Make sure your the right accounts are linked. GA4 for the audiences, etc. Merchant Center for Google Shopping, of course. Not gonna dive into details today. Check your policy manager. Make sure your ads are approved. Your keywords are approved. See anything weird in the change history? Just check that as well. Also, make sure not everyone has access to your account and only the people who should have access actually have access. If you excluded anything, just recheck. Make sure that your targeting is all set up correctly. Also have some sort of monitoring in place. I really like working with rules and working with scripts. We also use Optimizer for any advanced stuff and insights as well. I'm not going to go into detail here, but just know there are some rules and there are some scripts in here that you should definitely utilize. Also, if you're in the EEA, make sure your consent mode is properly set up as well before starting. And for your conversion tracking, obviously, I like to use Google Tag Manager. Feel free to use another option, but just know this works best and is like a really easy way to make sure all your tags are set up correctly. Make sure you use the conversion linker, transaction ID, and ask yourself if you need new client data or you might need card data. Then just before you start launching any campaigns, check the diagnostics in your Google Ads tag and make sure everything is okay. And lastly, did you test it? Okay, then feel free to press the button and go live. So zooming in now on the search part. So let's say we would have some general points here. We would have some settings, exclusions, content, some extension stuff. I'm going to go a bit high over through all these points. Did you use a logical naming convention? Really, guys, it's not that hard. Just make sure your naming convention makes sense. I've seen the craziest names in accounts. Just keep it simple. Do you know the targets? Don't just start any new campaign without thinking about any targets. It really makes your life easier if you know what you are trying to reach. Then for the account settings, guys, just make sure to optimize for the right conversions. Also use the right networks and locations, languages, and check your start date and end date, guys. You can do this really easily within the campaign settings. Just use the account default if you're not optimizing for any specific campaign-specific conversion actions. Furthermore, check your networks as well. And what I meant with locations is make sure your targeting is on presence, at least in the beginning, so you know you only serve ads within the regions that you specified. And feel free to add any language here. This is a branded campaign, so I chose to use all languages because I don't care who types in the brand name. Then heading back here, make sure you thought about exclusions beforehand. Maybe you have already captured any insights, and maybe you already have certain lists of keyword exclusions, negative keywords that you want to use. Add them to your campaign before starting. Do they make sense? And are you using the correct match types? At least check your exclusion lists every once in a while and review them. Oh, sorry. Plus, you might want to exclude any demographics, any audiences. At least don't forget to do that beforehand. A few other points. Did you add all audiences as observation? Don't use targeting unless you really want to target specific audiences. I like to add all audiences as observation because it allows us to capture data on those specific audiences. You might need a brand exclusion or maybe even a brand inclusion. I don't like to use it, but feel free to do so. I just like to work with negative keyword lists. Do you want to run ads on all days? Maybe you don't want to advertise on weekends. You really don't want to find out the Monday after you launch your campaign, so do so beforehand. You might want to do some bit adjustments, maybe regions, whatever. At least think about it before launching a new campaign. And again, double check this. Is your conversion tracking working, guys? This is the most important thing here. Before launching, are your URLs correct? Are your keywords correct? Are you using the right match types? Double check everything before pushing the button. Your future self will really thank you for this. And also check if you might want to pin something or you might want to unpin something. Just open up those ads. It's really like a small effort before launching your campaign. Then for the extensions, guys, I'm just gonna put myself here. Check your site links, call outs, structured snippets. Just check all of your assets, review them, and make sure that you have something in place here. Using the right keywords. Are your ads? This should be keywords, guys. I just created this, so this is something to keep in mind. Are you using the right match types? Just check this before launching your campaign, guys. You don't want to find out that you launched everything broad match and your campaign burned all the way through your budget while you wanted to launch on exact match. This is really going to cause some issues if you don't check it. Then, of course, check the right bid strategy. Make sure your bid strategy is in sync with what you want to accomplish. You might need a portfolio with a max CPC. Could be, I'm not sure. Just make sure that you check this before launching your campaign. And again, check your budgets. Don't blow through a huge budget. You could have maybe prevented this with like a smaller budget. Okay, awesome, guys. I'm going to link the video here as well, of course. Thank you all. Thank you all for checking this. Really make sure to leave some feedback here. Really hope this will help you in preventing burned money. Thanks, guys.